mean, you're the dancer in the family. I'm not. And I enjoy, like, content creating and, like, social media. Like, I think that's super cool. I actually thought I was going to go to school to do that, but it's so cool. God made Avery that way, and that's great, but he made me a completely different way, and I think that's so amazing that, like, I know what she's good at, and she knows what I'm good at, and we don't have to be great at everything, but
We praise you 1,000 hallelujahs to my King. We praise you 1,000 hallelujahs to my King. We praise you.
Good picture? You look good?
yeah, I look great.
Yeah, the hair looks good. Hair looks good. Okay, well, welcome back to God's Cool Podcast. My name is Josiah O'Deans. I'm here with Brennan, and we got the James girls. They are sisters. One is a senior, one is a sophomore. Their names are Olivia and Avery.
You got it right this time.
And Avery was on the podcast last week. Olivia was hanging out over in the corner and
I was
you
the
know, stalking, lurking.
You could tell she had so much to say that we just had to put her on the podcast because she was trying to speak from behind. It just didn't work.
had so many thoughts.
She couldn't let Avery get away with the 4 or 5-year-old thing.
Yeah, she
just
knows.
had to chime in.
Oh my goodness.
Older
I had
sister
some
knows
thoughts about
best.
the Hallmark movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Let's get into it. Go
Oh my
ahead.
gosh,
Share your thoughts.
I love Hallmark movies. Like, I look forward to that every year. Sometimes I literally will watch them in the middle of, like, July because...
Our parents have to.
Uh-oh.
Dead. This is so disheartening.
Bummer.
Let's see what's going on here. What just happened?
I saw that.
It just died.
It died.
No, it didn't die. It just fell off the side there. It's all right. It's still on. It's still recording. The heck? How does this look?
Looks great. Great.
Is it fine?
Yes.
Is that pretty good?
Why did you laugh? What? Why did you laugh?
It was
It's
just
not
like,
funny.
it was so
Oh,
funny.
okay.
Oh man. Well, for those that are checking in, listening, this could be, you could be watching it. Maybe we'll see. I'm still learning, trying to figure this all out. So we could have this on video, maybe on YouTube. I don't know where to post that. I'll figure it out. But definitely you will hear it. But for those that aren't maybe listening to this or watching this,
Yeah.
I have an incredible haircut going on right now.
Yeah, you've got a face
it's
for
great.
podcast. Like, just the listening part.
Just to
Yeah, you got a face for, like, the audio podcasting.
okay, but not the visual.
I said what I said.
But visual. What is happening? I need to change it. I'm gonna move it. I think it's a table.
Oh my
Think
goodness.
it's a table?
I think so.
That's...
It's unlevel.
That could be.
If it does one more time,
Yeah, look at that table.
Yeah, it's... I kind of...
It's homemade. It's a homemade table.
I think it looks great.
Except, other than the screws coming through the top
Yeah,
of
it
the
just
table,
bends a
It's
little.
it's fairly
unsafe,
good. And
but-
the bend, there's
That's the
definite,
only
there's
thing.
definite bend.
It's a pretty good.
But it still works. Like, you can still, like... Yeah, it's not going to fall off.
It's functional.
Yeah,
It is functional. Okay.
So good.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we're here with the James girls. We're dialing in. We're focusing up a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's great. I love getting together and having new guests, different people on the show.
Yeah.
And today's episode is kind of sisters. It's about sisters. What it's like to have a sister, to grow up with a sister, to be a sister. So, would you guys describe? Or let's just do this. I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not gonna pose a question. How would you describe your relationship as sisters?
That's interesting.
I would say now it's a lot different than when we were younger.
We used to fight so
Yeah,
much
when we were younger, we used to fight all the time, like
crazy.
physical.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah,
She
like
would
pulling
beat
out the
me up,
weave, pulling out the
Josiah.
weave,
No
weave coming
way.
up.
Beat me up.
Dang.
But like, and like a playful way.
Avery thinks it's playful. It was real for me.
Olivia's on the ground. Please stop.
Yes.
Yikes. Okay.
He's
So,
traumatized by one.
Avery won. Avery won the fight.
Yeah. I'm not a fighter, so.
So you just took it.
Avery's a fighter.
Yeah, Avery's the fighter out of the two of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Wow.
might have some PTSD.
So if
from
we got to
one
take a
thing.
James girl to war with us, we're taking Avery.
Yeah, take Avery.
Yeah.
Don't take me.
She's running. Okay, so fight or flight response. You're a fighter
But actually,
naturally, or would you
here's-
fight?
Here's
She
the
actually-
thing. I am actually. This is gonna surprise you guys, but I am actually a fighter. There was one time.
Ah.
It was like I don't know, maybe
It's like
11:30, 12, and I was watching a show downstairs. Everyone else went to bed.
Okay.
She
Or
snuck
so you thought.
downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
started
yeah.
making these noises. So I
Did you do it on
confronted her.
purpose?
I did color guard for a while, so my
I didn't
weapon
know
of choice
that.
was the little rifle that you get.
Heck
Like,
yeah.
whipped out the
confronted her with
rifle?
it.
You did? Did you hit her?
I was like, "Who's there?" And then I just like
She
threw
was like,
it at her.
she was like, I have this weapon. I was like,
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
So actually, I'll
Yeah.
fight like that way if I think like someone's breaking into my house, but
Okay.
like war.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's cool. Interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I know you guys probably
Huh.
be surprised.
Good.
Yeah.
Avery's the one that will actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Hide
We
when it comes to
switch
that.
with that type of stuff, though.
Oh, so when it's like a trauma type of thing or something
Yeah, I just
like
put her in front.
Yeah, she does. She'll throw me under the bus real quick.
What's happening? It's broken. I think I know what it is.
That's what he said the last 3 times too. First it was a table, and it was. Now we got it though. This is it.
This is the one. Promise.
Doesn't look. Is that right?
It's just gonna.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Keep talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're viewing this, then you're in for a treat.
Oh yeah.
Roller
pretty
coaster of
Fun,
emotions over here.
fun one.
So good.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Liv, you got beat up a lot.
I did. Yeah.
Avery, what about you?
But you said it's changed. You
But
said
it
your
has
relationship
changed.
changed. So what does it look
After
like
I
now?
started driving.
Oh, I was gonna say after you started fighting back.
You gotta be nice. You gotta be
She's
nice.
driving,
She's
yeah.
driving you around.
Now,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
I drive her like everywhere.
Hey,
I drive.
Liv, I got you a coffee. Can you take me to my friend's house?
No, but usually I'm the one buying the coffee there.
Ah, so you get a you're a good sister. You're
Yeah.
a good
So
sister.
Avery, what do you bring to the table? Wow. Okay.
I usually I drive her and the people
Literally
that
the
work
whole
here,
youth.
literally like all of the sophomores. I'm like their
That's
chauffeur.
cool.
Yep.
Do you like that or do you not like that?
I actually like it. I get to hear their conversations when I'm like up in the
Yeah.
front. It's interesting.
You get
It's-
all the
it's
tea.
Cool. I do.
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
Tanner tries to.
Oh my gosh, Taylor tries to take my aux cord and I
that
I
Tanner
tell
guy.
him
You gotta
my-
watch him on
my
the
car,
ox.
my rules.
Yep.
Yeah, my car, my rules. So who gets the ox? Is it the passenger
Oh,
or the
it is
driver's
me.
seat?
She gets it even when we're driving with our parents.
Even when I'm not driving,
Ooh.
Wow.
It's not fair.
Oh, so you never get ox.
Avery just doesn't listen
Okay.
to music.
Hence the 3,000 minutes.
Yeah.
that Spotify we just talked about. Yeah.
Okay, but if you
Wow.
do, when you do listen to music, what music do you guys listen to?
Okay, this is
What's your go-to?
Mine's probably worship music. I
Okay.
really like Gateway.
that's a good
Okay,
answer.
where-
That's probably my favorite right now.
Like more chill worship or more like
more
upbeat?
chill. More chill. She's more of the upbeat, I feel like. But
Sure.
if it's not, it's Lainey.
Ooh,
We're
big.
both
Okay.
Lainey
We're big
fans.
Lainey
Ooh,
fans.
speaking of that, my dad, I don't know why, but when I was home, he gave me a Laney T-shirt from
Oh
a
my
concert.
gosh.
And
You went
he
to
was
a
like,
Laney concert?
he's like, "Do you want this?" I was like, "No, but I'm sure somebody will." Do you guys want a
no,
Laney T-shirt?
Josiah.
Do you guys want a Laney T-shirt?
I mean, I love it.
It's got like this weird like human
Is it this
thing on
Is
it.
it the skull?
No, not
No.
a skull.
I know
it's
what
like
it
a
is.
running person. It's like a stick figure.
Wait.
But I think 2022 maybe.
You're really talking about the T-shirt like it's
I don't
something
know. It's
special.
Laney.
Yeah,
There-
we're
okay,
going
but I
to
just
see
want to
them
clarify
actually.
something.
Concert.
Did your dad go to the Laney concert?
Yes, my dad is a big
That-
concert goer. He's that.
That's
He's
awesome.
He's that one
Really?
dude. Maybe a weird dude that you might see at the concert that's by himself, just vibing. That's him. And he's like
It's this.
60. No,
Hey, let me see.
No.
Does he enjoy Laney music?
no, I don't know where it is. My phone's up there.
No, but-
No, yeah, he does. He likes Laney.
Okay.
Yeah, he likes music
That's
a lot.
awesome.
Yeah, he's
We're
big.
big Laney
He's
fans.
big, like,
We're going
uh,
to see him in
Ah.
March with
Where
shout out
at?
Victoria Dunno in Indy.
In Indy.
Fun. That's so cool. Did
Yeah.
Vic get you guys tickets and you guys are going, or you guys are just going all together?
We're going all
We're all
together.
gonna go
That's so
together. It's
fun.
actually like both of our birthday
Birthday
presents.
Heck yeah.
So my birthday's 2 days after the show. So
Okay, come on.
Before.
no, after,
Are you guys gonna just go
It's
down for the
March
concert?
28th.
and mine is after the 30th.
They're having
It's
a
2 days
Oh,
after.
okay, yeah.
agreement. Yeah.
Sister rivalry at its finest. Let's go fight. So good.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you feel like your relationship has been more of a rivalry or like a best friend?
I think now it's best friend. Like, I'd say she's my best
Yeah.
friend. Before,
No.
no way.
Mm,
But I think even in middle school, like during
Yeah.
quarantine,
yeah.
that's when I noticed our relationship like start to become more in the best friends way.
Okay.
because like she's all I had during quarantine. So like,
Wow.
You guys had to.
Thank you.
It was either be nice to her or get beat up. I didn't want the other one.
exactly.
So something good came out of COVID. Look at that.
So good.
So I'd say quarantine, we started to become really good friends. We hung out every day, obviously.
But the fighting thing, just so you guys know, like the fighting thing between sisters, it just happens. My sisters, like, they went at it. They would throw each other into doors, into walls. But my brother and my sister actually were the worst. My brother actually, or my sister threw my brother down the stairs.
My sister beat me up too.
bad.
We don't get that.
My
It's
younger
not
sister
crazy.
was I was more the passive, like whatever. My sister was the fight, like not necessarily physically, but she kind of ruled, like she was in charge.
I was normally the one on the sideline, like egging him on. Yeah, get him.
Yeah.
And then I got blamed
right.
for stuff. I was like, I didn't do it, but I got punished for it too. It's fine.
I am the Instagram.
So I'm curious, what do you guys feel is the best thing? Like, what's the best thing about having a sister? Like, some of the cool perks, or one of the best things that you've experienced or noticed about having someone like that built-in best friend you talked about, a sister.
Well, coming from like an older sister's perspective, I get to go through the things, and then I'm able to give her advice on what I went through, and that's kind of a cool like thing that I'm blessed that I'm able to do to her. Like,
That's cool.
We are pretty similar but pretty different. But right now, I feel like we both are like just hanging out with each other is a lot of fun. Now that she has a car and she can drive, like we said, we just hang out a lot more like outside of the house, which is good.
Yeah.
So I feel like our relationship's better now because we can go out on our own and do like just
It's
stuff
fun.
together.
What's the hardest thing about having a sister?
hardest.
Sharing a bathroom.
Oh.
Ooh, let's talk about the
Yeah,
bathroom.
let's open that
Who's
can of
messy? Who's clean?
I am the messy one. She is
I'm
the clean.
Okay.
Okay.
But like,
annoys
what
me.
happens
Annoys
What
me.
happens
She's
with
like, but wait.
with the bathroom is I'll want to take a shower, but then I wait like 2 hours, and then she's getting it. I'm like, it was my turn to get in the shower, and she's like, no,
Yeah,
it
2
was
hours ago.
Wait, you
hours
took
ago.
2 hours to get into the shower?
No,
Is
I'm
the water running
I
this
will
whole
wait.
time?
I will wait to get in the shower, but like I already called it, and she's like,
Honestly, though, I'm not gonna wait for you. If you're taking 2 hours to
Yeah,
get
that's
into
tough.
Effort.
but you do you.
Yeah.
You
get
do you. That's great.
distracted.
Okay, so bathroom. Bathroom's a tough one.
And we're just so different.
Yeah.
I think like
Yeah.
we're just
That's fun.
different.
Okay. I had the thought and I lost the thought. Oh,
Welcome back.
I got it. It's
Got the
here.
thought back.
Here it is. Okay. Obviously, you guys get along really well right now, at least. Obviously, in the past, there's some fights and some tiffs and whatever, but that's natural, right? So there's always going to be that little rivalry, tension that exists between people that you love because we love them. But what would you say is like the, I don't know, secret sauce of having a good sisterhood, a good sister relationship?
I feel like understanding like how they like behave and act, because like when we're messing around, I know what can make her mad and I'll use that, but also just knowing like but like the serious part of just like knowing how like when it's serious, okay, like not to do this, and like when it's just I am
really
way different from her, so like what I might find that brings me like enjoyment is gonna be different from what she finds fun. So
That's really great.
Yeah.
How did you learn those things? Did you have to ask her, or did you just have to test the waters and then finally like kind of be self-aware and be like, I think I'm kind of making her really mad now. Like, maybe I should back off.
yeah,
Okay, so it's mostly by testing the waters and learning like
Yeah.
like social cues of like, oh, I think I really got under her skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know how you operate too, so I know where the line is, like where I can go, know where I can't go past it with Avery.
That's cool. I think there's a really positive thing though too about like you don't have the exact same interests or enjoy, like you talked about. You have a lot of the same, but you don't have the exact same like giftings or skill sets or drive or whatever. I think a lot of times that can take away maybe from that rivalry perspective of like, if your sister is really good at this certain sport and you actually enjoy that sport and you're trying to get into it too, there's always going to be that, well, are you going to be as good as your sister or whatever? But like, if you have different interests or different giftings or skill sets, like that automatically just naturally takes away some of that. Like we can, like I've got something that I enjoy that maybe Olivia doesn't, Avery, or like vice versa, and we can enjoy that together. I can watch you enjoying that when I'm not feeling like threatened because I'm supposed to be good at that too, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could be like, have you seen that kind of a little bit too? Like, what are some things that I guess? What's an example of one thing that you feel like you either enjoy or are gifted at or whatever that maybe by no fault or whatever your sister just isn't?
Yeah, like
Something that's yours,
Avery's
I
a
guess.
dancer.
I'm
not a
I'm
dancer.
very just like
am not a
energetic.
dancer.
Not saying she's not,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I'm like very like I have to be moving. I'm active,
Yeah.
and she's active too. But like mine's like just like very active. Where she can just like sit down, read a book, drink her matcha lattes.
My matcha lattes.
And, like,
your grass.
Oh, stop. No.
And like for me, I'm like literally doing pirouettes in a grocery
Yeah.
store.
Heck
but-
yeah, let's go.
But like that's just something that's like different, and I feel like that also helps because like some siblings who like let's just say like do like cheerleading and dance, they might have some competition just because those things are so similar to where they want to like one up each other, which I think helps because we don't have the same interest. So for me at least, I'm not trying to like have like a competition with her on that.
Yeah, I mean, you're the dancer in the family. I'm not, and I enjoy like content creating and like social media. Like I think that's super cool. I actually thought I was gonna go to school to do that, but it's so cool. God made Avery that way, and that's great. But He made me a completely different way, and I think that's so amazing that like we can. I know what she's good at, and she's knows what I'm good at, and we don't have to be great at everything. But yeah.
It's so cool. I was thinking about that. I mean, I think about that often. Like how, like I mean, honestly, like God's cool in that He created us all uniquely, and we're very, very different from each other. We look somewhat similar. Some of us look maybe better than others. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But on our way home from Pennsylvania, obviously we're driving through mountains and stuff, and it's just gorgeous. And it's like every tree is different, every leaf is different, every valley is like it's just like. And then you think about like all the humans and the people that are in this world. It's like everybody's just created differently. It's like, how can you not just stand in awe of like the Creator? Like that's just insane. The ability to just like you can't fathom like our own DNA, our own stuff, let alone millions and billions of people that come into this earth and have left this earth, and it's just fascinating to think like how uniquely God made us. I love it. I love to think about that, and it's fun. It's encouraging for me. Some people might be like, "Ugh, it's so discouraging because I just want to be like people," but that's also like I think there's some tension in culture of that. Of,
where's the
you know, we're
standard,
supposed
right?
to be.
Like,
What are we supposed to look like?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be like that teen girl on Teen Vogue magazine, or the actors that we see in movies, or whatever it is on media? The fitness models that are out there. You know, guys supposed to be jacked, or girls are supposed to be pretty, and whatever those standards are. But we just came up with these unrealistic things of like we're supposed to look like this, but actually we're supposed to look like God.
That's good.
Right, so we are created in His image, and we get to be image bearers for His kingdom, and we do that uniquely, and it's out of the love that we have for Him, but also for each other, and in our sisters, and the relationships that we have. So like the way that you guys love each other, like you are bearing the image of God to other people, whether you like it or not. They're going to view that as such. So if you have a terrible relationship, and I get there are definitely things that can inhibit or hurt or damage relationships, right? But we have a unique ability to share the image of God through the relationships that we have.
And on that, I think you guys, something that I've seen that you guys have a cool ability, because you guys are not only you're in this currently still, so senior, sophomore, right? Still in school together in some ways. But you're going through like for example, you're going through youth group together, but also you're taking like you're serving. So in the middle school that I lead, like you guys are both leaders of mine, and so like you guys get to see different. It's kind of cool to see you have this image idea. And this being able to watch each other and serve alongside of each other and serve the next generation of students coming up and things too. Like, that's really cool to be able to, like, we talk about it all the time with our spouse or with our loved ones. When you get to serve together, like when you get to dive in and do ministry together, like, there's some really cool fruit that comes from that. So I'm curious, I'd love to just pose this question to you. So, like, Olivia, from your perspective, what are you most proud of when it comes to Avery? Like, in her, again, you've talked about how you've been through things, you've been through life, you've had certain, whatever that you've been able to give encouragement or give direction or whatever for her. So what are you most encouraged by as you see Avery serving, as you see her living, loving, whatever? And Avery, I'm curious too, like, what has been for you the most positive, like, bigger sister, older sister, like, example that you really hold on to or that you really appreciate about Olivia?
I love just her heart for the students. It's so cool to see, like, her relationships with her girls, because I mean, I love seeing it. You can't really, like, minister to your students without having a relationship with them, I think. And I just love getting to watch them, like, come to her to talk, and then she'll talk to them, and, like, they'll hang out, and I think it's just the coolest thing to see.
That's cool. Good.
I feel like when she first started being a small group leader, I really wanted to do it, and I was also younger then, so I was like, why can't I do it? I feel like that's such a, like, younger, like, sibling thing. Like, I want to do what they're doing. But it's true. I was like, I wanted to do it. And so, like, this year when I finally came, I was like, well, I don't really know now. I was like 2 years ago, and so now I'm like, well, and so just, like, I think I went one night for, like, the Halloween with Olivia because I really wanted to, and just seeing how, like, she was with the girls was so cool to just watch her. And then I was like, yeah, I really do want to move forward with this, and that's when I asked you. So I feel like just like she was guiding me without actually, like, guiding me through that, which was really cool.
Yeah.
By example. That's cool.
Yeah, it's like, it's healthy encouragement. Like, there can be competitive nature to siblings, right? Like, of like, oh, they get to do that, or, you know, whatever, or I'm jealous that they're so good at that. But it's like, also, like, sometimes it's just good to be like, you know what, like, man, like, I wonder if I could do that too, or like, I want to do that too. Like, that's awesome because they're doing it well, and I want to do that well, and I want to do it similarly to her because they're setting good examples for us. So I think there's really cool opportunity in siblings relationships that you guys are obviously living out, and through that example, like, there's some healthy encouragement that's happening that's just naturally there without even, like, you can be like, you know, hey, like, you really need to do this. Maybe you did say that, maybe you did, I don't know. But even if you did, that's awesome. Like, and Avery, I'm sure you encourage Liv in some ways too. Like, it's not always the big sister looking down on the little sister. Like, I know that even in me and my brother's relationship, like, sometimes we just have to encourage each other, and the more you grow in life, it'll happen more regularly. But, you know, it's fun to have that person who knows you and cares for you and wants to see you succeed always. Nobody ever wants to see you fail. Like, that's nice to have those people in your pocket, right? Like, that are with you. There are people in this world that don't want you to succeed, right? They hear you're doing well and that you got the promotion and I didn't. Now they're mad, or they're jealous, or they're envious, and now they're trying to come after you to take you down. It's not necessarily wrong, but, like, we want people who are encouraging us and supporting us, and, like, it's super cool that you guys get to do that.
How do you, because Olivia, your time here
I know,
is
sad.
running short. Like,
Yeah.
we're in
Sad,
last
I'm
semester,
sad.
almost. We're getting into last
I know.
semester of, and so tell us, the viewers, the listeners, like, what's your plan first off, and how do you guys feel like? What do you think your relationship, the dynamic, the whatever might change? Again, it'd be interesting to do this podcast again next year at this time, maybe.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
like, what do you think? What do you foresee, or how are you going to, I guess, fight against maybe your relationship changing one way or another? Again, it's going to naturally, probably organically change in some ways, which is probably fine and healthy. But how are we going to fight to continue to make, you know, what's going on right now in your relationship so good, like, continuing to happen? So, like, what's your plan for next school year and stuff? And then
So
what do
I'm
you
going to GCU, Grand Canyon University, out in Phoenix, Arizona. So
the Lopes.
it's Lopes up.
Lopes up.
What do lopes? What
They're like Chewbacca or
What do
something.
antelopes say?
That's Chewbacca. That's a different.
Yeah,
Totally.
so I'm.
What do they say? What do they? Do they
I
make a
don't
noise?
actually know.
Antelopes?
Yeah. What do antelopes say?
I don't know.
It's like the fox. What does the fox
What
say?
does
I don't know.
And I don't know. And I'm majoring in special ed and elementary ed, so double major.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Oh, I'm
Nervous?
so excited. I'm a
today?
little nervous just because it's so far, and driving
it
out in
is.
Phoenix is terrifying, and I already
Oh,
hate driving here. Like I get
true.
nervous here.
Avery, do you have plans for her room already? Like, do you know? Like, you got.
Oh no.
Yep. I'm taking all of her winter clothes.
No, because it'll
And-
still get cold and
Well, you're not gonna take all of them.
Well, no, but I'm still taking my sweaters.
Okay. Well,
We'll talk later.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
well, I don't know. My mom's probably just gonna make it into another guest room. But like her room.
My room's going away.
still
The
gonna be-
realization there was at this moment that Liv
It's
knew
fine.
she
It's
no
gonna be
longer
like
had a
her
room.
The bathroom's gonna be more clean.
Oh,
Oh my
true,
gosh,
yeah.
Avery.
And I have a whole bathroom to myself now. Well, not now, later. And so,
I'm still gonna come home, but
but I feel like it might be, will be a different dynamic when
Yeah.
she is gone. Just, I'll be like the only child, like in Fort Wayne type.
yeah.
Do you think you'll be those sisters who are like FaceTiming on the regular, texting
I
all day
FaceTime her.
long?
I FaCTime her every
She
day when I
FaceTimes
get
me
off the
every
bus.
day already. Like we already talk
Yeah,
on FaceTime
every
every
day.
day. Sometimes multiple times a day. Like at
Yeah.
school.
Mostly like, hey, where you at?
No, like she'll call me during while
Yeah.
she's at school, like
love
because they
that.
can have their phones now.
Yeah,
And
so
I do
cool.
school at
Be like,
home, so
"Hey."
like we.
Yeah, you
I
can do
talk-
whatever you want.
I'll talk to like their lunch table at usually like every day when they
Heck
have
yeah,
lunch.
that's so fun.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's cool.
so there'll probably be lots of FaceTime calls and
Yep.
phone calls.
It'll be a sad day when you go to college,
Yeah, well,
but you're gonna do
Yeah.
awesome. Guys are gonna do some really cool things to you.
I'm
and-
excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I know it's far away, but you'll have a lot of
Oh,
fun
yeah.
being in the moment
so
once you make some
excited.
friends and get out there. And you already know some people, right? Or no?
Oh my gosh,
maybe?
yeah, I went out
Roommates?
already this year in
Yeah.
October, and I met my roommate.
Yeah.
That's
Her name's
so fun.
Kayla. She's actually from Nebraska, so.
Oh, Kayla from
Oh.
Nebraska.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out to you.
Yeah, shout out Kayla. And then I actually met some other people in my major, which is super cool.
Nice.
So
Okay.
they'll probably be in my classes next year. So
Right on.
I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool.
it's been a great episode. Learning and hearing a little bit more from you guys and your sisterhood and your relationship and just how you grew up, what that looks like now.
Yeah. I'm curious. Before we leave,
Oh, go for it, yeah.
I just want for you, for the listeners, okay, the listeners who have
For the
siblings out there,
listeners.
the listener out there who has a sister who's struggling right now because her sister's beating her up on the regular, or just kidding, but like they're having troubles getting along or whatever. What would be your encouragement of like, hey, this is why our relationship is so important to me. This is why sisters are so important. This is why siblings are so, like, just give the listener something of like a little bit of hope in saying, hey, keep going, try and mend things, be a good sister on your half. Like, what would you say? Like, give an encouragement of like the listeners out there who needs just some encouragement with their sibling or their sister specifically.
Yeah, I think after like when we were getting close, we had to accept each other's like differences for us to live peacefully together, and then being intentional with like your time with them, because mine is dwindling down, and
Yeah.
I wish I spent more time with her now that I'm looking back on it. So just being intentional with my time with her and spending more time.
That's good.
I feel like just like know what they like and what they don't like. That's gonna help a lot. But also, I just forgot it. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
it was so good too.
Think about it. You have time.
Um,
it's okay.
I just feel like just making like cherishing those good moments that you have when you do. Like let that be your like push. Like remembering like, well, we did this one day and that was fun. And then just like keep on trying to make those good moments and memories.
That's good.
I like that.
Well, you guys are amazing. We love what God's doing through you guys. You guys are superstar volunteers, superstar
Thanks.
students. We love that you guys are a part of our ministry, that we get to have a relationship with you guys, and we cannot wait to see what the Lord continues to do through you. Like, it's just fun. God's
And not
cool.
perfect, but an
Yeah, not
awesome,
perfect.
an awesome example of what a healthy in our minds what a healthy sister dynamic could look like, what a good sibling dynamic can look like. So kudos to you guys for what you guys have learned in the midst of all of it, because it hasn't always been that way maybe, but like kudos to you, and you're setting a good example for those who are out there watching you and saying, wow, they get along, they like hanging out together, they go places together, they hang out with each other's friends. Like those are cool things. So kudos to you. Yeah, awesome stuff. God is cool.
God is cool.
God is cool.
God is cool.
God's cool.
God's
Yeah.
cool. To all our listeners out there, thank you so much for tuning in wherever you're at. I hope you are blessed and loved, and I hope you're encouraged. And I hope you just had a good time listening to this episode of God's Cool Podcast. So always remember, God's cool.
Cool.
We praise you.